Alright, welcome back to another episode of Healer Commentary. This is a 23 MC that my group and I did. And we timed this with, I believe, 2.5 or 2:13 left in the key. So, very good run. Everyone played very well. I think we had 0 deaths. And so I'm just going to go over these pulls real quick. This first pull here, it is pretty straightforward. Mainly it's the tank that you're worried about. You have 1 damage ability that's coming out from the Soul Eater. With Lust and everything, it's very easy to deal with. So you can see right away, I used my Healing Tide Totem to get everyone stabilized. And really, you are just rotating between your Storm Stream and just regular throughput. Not that dangerous at all. The only dangerous part here is your tank towards the end of this pull as they go through their cooldowns. These berserkers are very dangerous. They do a lot of damage. But here, the tank and our paladin have coordinated cooldowns between Blessing and Sacrifice to help him live. That's pretty much it. Going forward. So this pull here, our second pull, typically you have the 2 casters at the top. Now my job is to kick one, and I put Link down instantly. I think there's a better way for me to play this pull, but I haven't really figured it out yet, just because there's a lot going on the initial gather. Everyone starts taking tick damage, and then you have the big one shot that comes out from the mask, and I find Link is just easiest way to make sure nobody dies from it, instead of trying to individually top everyone off plus get the kick. It's a lot. But I think there's a better way to play it. I just haven't figured it out yet. This pull is pretty straightforward. You're really making sure that whoever gets targeted from this magma surge is topped off. Here you can see us panicking because there was a very sketchy circle. I think our tank here gets hit by it, actually. Let me see here. Right there. Oh my god, he is so lucky he didn't die. Looking back at this, okay. Going forward, this is the first elephant pull. This pull, your job as the healer is just to make sure that everyone lives this one shot. There's no other damage going out. Alright, so that's definitely war. You can coordinate between, if you play Linny, you can coordinate between that. Most of the time you're playing with the warriors, so rally, and then your personal defensives will get you through the elephant stomps. Other than that, you're just watching the tank, communicating, making sure that he has what he needs to survive these bleeds. Second pull. This pull is there's nothing to talk about here for this pull. There's nothing going on for you.
It's good.
Most you can do is probably slow down some mobs for the berserkers, up your tank, but healing wise there isn't much. This next pull, just same as the second pull in this dungeon, you have your Hex Guardian, and the main thing is making sure that the player targeted by it is popped off. I think I misplay here on the next frontal, if I remember correctly. Yes. So here I do a very bad job of making sure my guys are topped off. You can see this frontal's going off. I reacted a bit late to getting Drac up. Paladin. He bubbles, which is good, because I think he was around like 78% by the time the frontal went off, and I think he probably would have died from it. I try to save, I try to have my Healing Tide and my Spirit Link go into this next pull, because as you can see, we're going to play one of the wave dudes. This is one thing I saw Laren do, which is actually very smart, especially if you're playing a Fizz comp. You as a shaman can stand up top here, and you can bait a good amount of swirlies between the purple swirly and the frogs. That one obviously didn't go on me, but good chance it does go on you. But basically, you create less clutter downstairs for your melee DPS and giving them better uptime. Always good. This pull, to deal with the healing absorb, first one healing tide, just like the first pull we did in this dungeon. Second one, you want to have some healing stream and some storm stream totems stacked up. And then the last one will be your link. The one thing with the link that's weird is that you can't put the link down there where they are for some reason. So you just have to put it on the platform that you're at and then use your totemic projection and put it down there. Just keep that in mind when you're doing this, if you choose to do this. This trinket I just got at that reset, so my group and I were playing around with it, and we're kind of like playing hot potato with the trinket, trying to optimize it for who has cooldowns or who does best in that pull or boss fight. This boss fight is pretty straightforward. There's only one dangerous overlap in this fight, and that's the frontal that comes out on one player. As a shaman, you typically can just save most of your throughput for it. You don't really need your cooldowns anywhere else in this fight other than the frontal. So here, I don't even think I said anything because he presses Divine Protection. The paladin's very safe here. But you don't need to be stingy with your healing tide totem. You don't need to be stingy with your link. Your defensives, the fight is very spread out, so you can send your defensives very liberally, especially if you get targeted by it. We lost this fight, so go by a bit quicker for us. Alright, this pull. Your job as the shaman healer, you want to make sure you have purge in this dungeon, and you want to get these skirmishers shields off ASAP. Obviously, you don't want to do them back to back if your group's gonna die. So I typically just drop some totems and purge it. One thing you can do as the only range player in this comp is that you can bait the circles out on you from the mini boss. And if you see these coffins here, they kind of prevent you from getting sucked in. That one wasn't a good example, but this one I believe is a good one. So you can see here, it's not that big of a deal if you do it or not, but it does make your life a little bit easier. Here I choose to use Spare Walkers for some reason, but I promise you if you bait it, you can just not press any movement keys and you can just stand still and cast. Okay, so quick tip is, depending on your route, these skirmishers, obviously aside from purging them, you can go ahead and send cooldowns to make the purging much quicker. Sometimes I send my healing tide. I don't think I do here. No, but for the next one I definitely do. So this one here, I think there's like 6 or 5 of them in here.
Not right now though.
Should be setting something here, right? Purge these quicker. Oh, so.
Oh, I kicked as well. Yeah, you go for a kick.
It's haunting after this.
I sent it a bit late. Now that I'm watching this back. There's still 3 left here.
I have next kick. I have
Okay.
next.
My group here, we're playing this pack a little bit differently than what you would do in a pug. At least I think it would be like that. Basically, our warrior is reflecting the soul render, this shadow frost blast,
Shadow Bind.
and the damage works out to where I believe it's just him and the tank that hits it. Our Pharaoh and our Paladin only hits the caster, which we found
It's not a huge issue.
has a good kill time, letting us move away from this pack. Here we do a little bit of a oopsie and we forget to watch the patrol. Those we have to sit here for a bit and wait for it to pad away. But typically, if we see that the shade is much further up, the shade is the lead pack, so that's the one that you want to CC. We would just go ahead and root it, and giving us a much quicker time to walk through. But okay, next time we do it. Okay, so this pull, same thing. Number one priority, making sure the purges are done. Like I said, this entire second area is really not that heavy heal intensive, so you want to make sure you get your job done ASAP.
Onto
I
that.
get it. I get it.
It's just the purges. That's it.
I'm really. I kicked.
Okay, now.
This pull,
Defenders at.
not much to talk about. Here we are prepping ourselves to go into the boss.
Is it boss as soon as this dies?
Purges as well, just like the rest of the key.
I got this kick.
We're gonna bring this hexer into the boss, and then we go.
I want pull boss. Yes or no? 3, 2, 1. I'm boom.
Okay, so this fight,
Who's going next?
this fight,
I got next.
it's a big rot fight plus a couple of bursts. So you want to keep your healing tide or your healing stream totem on cooldown, which I'm not doing a very good job of. Here I should be dropping my first one soon. Yep. There's really not much to talk about in terms of how to heal this fight. You can pretty much slam all your throughput on cooldown, minus healing tide and minus spirit link. You can reserve those for the intermission. But in terms of trying to make sure you heal this fight efficiently, no. Keep your coalescing water charges. Like try not to overcap on them, and try to use your tidal wave charges as efficiently as possible. But just be careful with using your cooldowns because you do need it for the intermission.
Nice stun direct.
So here, the first intermission, I send my healing tide. You know, yep. Yeah, there's one kind of overlap in this fight that kind of sneaks up on a lot of people, myself included, is that coming out of intermission, people are usually a bit lower than normal, and depending on the strat that your team does to play with the ads, what we do is we paralyze one. These guys will explode upon summoning the new ads for each phase. So you really want to make sure your guys are topped off. I think for a 23, we're at like I think a 65% HP threshold that they have to be above. So you gotta make sure everyone's above 65% before the new ads come in. Here you can see.
Could be
Okay,
vortex
so maybe
in-
yeah, 65, yeah, 60. I think 70%.
Can't break anymore. I broke one. Nice rock.
This is the second intermission. You can see I
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
send the link
Yes,
there.
Yes. Gonna insta phase. I also have big dick.
The warrior talking about his big dick.
Okay, maybe not insta phase. I tried.
That's good. That's good.
Close enough.
Yeah, that's good.
Once again, you see we have ads coming in a second. Make sure
I think we start.
party
getting
members are
set.
topped off.
I'm just gonna wait for Will. Wait for
Mm.
Will.
This part,
Two bats. Yeah.
just like the rest of the dungeon, you're
Same
purging,
after this.
making sure you drop your totems liberally.
First kicks.
purge.
Is it first kick?
The
One more back.
exact same thing, pretty much. That's it.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
so this fight is a little bit difficult depending
Oh.
on if you know your timings or not.
I'm
Here on pole, I use Spirit Walker's Grace right away.
stuck. Go, you guys go,
Rally.
you guys go.
Get my Unleash Life, and I just start putting totems down. Relocate them as well. Yep. So I probably should relocate that because you can see one is back there, and I'm not sure that's hitting us or not, which is a misplay by me. Now that I'm looking back at it. In a healing situation like this, you want to know which one of your party members is the weakest, or which is the weakest in terms of physical damage, because this is a physical.
yeah, there's no reason.
In this case, it would be the druid and you. Your warrior and your paladin are fairly tanky.
Can we go this
So you
back?
want to make sure your chain
I
heal
get this kick.
is targeted at either you or the druid, to make the effective HPS of your spell better, because you might overheal a bit. The first tick of it is on your paladin or your warrior. This fight, basically, the default blizzard does a terrible job of letting you know when damage is coming out. And how damage comes out in this fight is when the boss does his tank buster on the tank, damage comes out on you. And also when he jumps. But it's not when he jumps that does the damage, it's what ability is going on in the background as he jumps. So it's very strange. Either way, I want to go back to this one. So you want to commit a cooldown for each totem phase, because there's an overlap of damage that comes out while the totems are out. And the overlap is the damage from the boss and the totems sucking you. This purple line here. So you can see I use my Healing Tide for 1. Healing Tide is not that strong for that. Typically, you want to use something smaller as well, whether it be Rally or Heart of the Wild. For our group, we use Heart of the Wild plus Healing Tide. Or you can use Healing Tide plus a Battle Pot, which is what I did there.
Defensive.
So remember, you get 2 sets of these every intermission. So you have a lot of resources to use. This set, I believe, is our cooldowns here. Pardon me, our defensives.
The one's in the shit.
I got it.
Spirit Walker's Grace is also very, very helpful. That's pretty much it. It's rinse and repeat for this last phase. So once again, you can see there's a pattern with how Resto Shaman uses cooldowns. It's Healing Tide, Spirit Link, Healing Tide, or any 3 to 5 minute boss fights, or 3 to 4 minute boss fight. That's typically how the cooldown rotation goes. Here you can see again, we have totems coming out. One thing you can do is you can save up your stacks of Stormstream, because damage is coming out. Obviously, there's no need for me to put it here. I also wouldn't put it there because I know there's no more damage coming out until these totems are out. So I'm just using my raw throughput to heal them up and not panic pressing my Stormstream, which is what you need for this part here.
Our heart.
This is the first set, I believe. I use Healing Tide again. You can also use Spirit Link there. I'm not sure why I use Healing Tide. I think because I felt like I had a lot of Storm Streams out, which is still a lot of healing going out, so maybe that's why I didn't use
no
it.
touch.
Probably use it here for sure. After, right?
Defensive.
Defensives.
Oh, okay.
I'm just sending.
You can see our druid gets very low here. These totems are they do a lot of damage, especially if the party member is also being sucked and the boss has another damage mechanic. They can get very low. Here you can see he got hit for like almost 80% of his health.
You okay, Donkey?
I just sent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used
So
it.
it's very important that your DPS has a coordinated instead of
first right.
cooldowns to take care of the totems.
That's fine. You okay?
And yeah, that's the pull pretty much, or that's the dungeon.
Wait,
We can time this
24
on 24. We can time
Here
this
you
on
can say we
24.
time this on 24, right? Obviously we have a lot of delusional party members, but I appreciate
Wait, guys.
the attempt. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Take care. Bye bye.